What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more David Bowie. And we're returning to the self-titled 1969 album. And the next track is Cygnet Committee. Cygnet is another word for swan. I've heard it used in some other context. I think it's actually a place name in a few different countries. But yes, I don't really know what to do with that, so ultimately what type of committee that is not really clear to me. I'll just have to catch what I can. This is David Bowie, the song is Cygnet Committee, and it's from his 1969 self-titled album.
Tie my shoes, I love you badly. Just in time, at times I guess. Because of you, I need to rest. Because it's you that sets the test. So much has gone and little is new. And as the sparrow sings, don't chorus for someone else to hear. The thinker sits alone, growing I gave them life, I gave them all. They drained my very soul. I crushed my heart to ease their pains. No thought for me remains there. Nothing can they spare but of me, who praise their efforts to be free. Words of strength and care and sympathy. I opened doors that would have blocked their way. I braved their cause to guide for little pain. I ravaged at my finance just for those whose claims were steeped in peace, tranquility. Those who said a new world, new ways ever free. Those whose promises stretched in hope and grace for me. Sadly as I tie my shoes, I love you badly. Just in time, at times I guess. Because of you, I need to rest. Oh yeah. Because it's you that sets the test. Has gone and little is new. And as the sunrise stream flickers on me, my friends talk of the glory untold dream where all is gone. Just best of men, but ours, we used him, we let him use his powers. We let him fill our needs, now we are strong. And the road is coming to its end. Now the damned have no time to make amends. No purse of token fortune stands in our way. The silent guns of love will blast the sky. We broke the ruptured structure built of age. Our weapons were the tongues of a crying rage. Where money stood, we planted seeds of rebirth and stabbed the backs of fathers, sons of dirt. Infiltrated business cesspools hating through our sleeves. Yeah, we slit the Catholic throat, stole a ball, slogans such as wish you could hear. Love is all we need. Kick out the jams, kick out your mother, cut up your friend, screw up your brother, or he'll get you in the end. And we know the flag of love is from above, and we can force you to be free, and we can force you to believe. And I close my eyes and tighten up my brain, for I once read a book in which the lovers were slain, but they knew not the words of the Free State's refrain. It said, I believe in the power of God, I believe in the state of love, I will fight for the right to be right, I will kill for the good of the fight for the right to be right. And I open my eyes to look around, and I see a child laid slain on the ground. As a love machine lumbers through desolation rows, blowing down man, woman, listening to its command, but not hearing anymore, not hearing anymore. Just the trees for the unrich. I don't want to believe in the madness they cause now. I don't want to believe that the light's shining through somehow. I want to believe, and you want to believe, and we want to believe, and we want to live. Oh, we want to live. We want to live. We want to live. We want to live. We want to
Holy crap. That's a masterpiece. So I'm going to try to start with the lyrics because I heard most of the lines and I don't know if I'm going out on a limb, but I feel like I have a sense of what he's doing here. So I'm going to preface this by talking about the world of punk rock, where a lot of songs turn around and put a mirror into the punk rock community and criticize what they see as inconsistencies, hypocrisies, infighting, and a failure to recognize the humanity among other punks who may have different ideas and so on. I'm thinking of the Dead Kennedys' Where Do You Draw the Line, where he talks about, have you ever noticed some punks can go on star trips too, when no one's ever right but themselves, and they turn what are good ideas into just another dogmatic belief system where they're, calling others heretics and refusing to work with them if they have minute differences, and end up alienating others, exploiting what they can from others in the scene, and then casting them out and mistreating them or failing to appreciate what they've given to the art form, the scene, and these attempts to create a better world through processes of change. It feels like that's what Bowie's doing here, but back it up a couple decades, it sounds like he's addressing people in the counterculture, for which he also has been striving for the freedom and free love and the desire to change old systems of dogmatic belief and exploitative, powerful forces, but he feels like they've taken from him and they haven't really recognized or appreciated what he's given. He didn't take much money, and he tried to be part of this and to give them what he could, but they just sort of said thanks, and we're just going to cast you aside, and we're going to treat you poorly. And then it's like he's going on to say that, like, he shares some of their same dreams, and he wants to achieve some of the same changes that they seemingly want, but it's like suddenly, like, they're the arbiters of what is free love, and anyone who goes outside of that is suddenly heretical or is, taken as, no longer wanted, and is, again, sort of pushed aside or even cast out specifically. So it's like he's felt let down by the very people that he thought he was going on this journey with, the very people that he was sacrificing for and working with. And in that regard, it feels like there's a hopelessness and a sense of being, exploited and mistreated. And I felt like at the beginning there was a bit of a bluesy sound, maybe like psychedelic type of blues. But of course, blues, often the themes are like, the world has treated you unfairly, and you've given your love, you've given your effort and your energy, and you haven't felt it coming back to you on the level or to the degree that it should, and there's this sense of injustice, but still a persistent hope, even if an incensed, almost incredulous hope that, like, wait, things shouldn't be this way, I should have been treated better, but I'm still here, and I'm sort of saying what I think, and by that catharsis, maybe I'll find a way through this because I'm not giving up. So it feels almost like a bluesy type of attitude. So yes, my best guess is that he's speaking to the hippies and the counterculture and saying, I was with you in this, but it feels like you've taken advantage of that, like you've kicked me aside, taken what you could from me, and then ultimately pushed me away, and now you're almost becoming like this new church, and your view of what free love and belief in, divine love and so on, it's now unfeeling, or it's now exclusive, and you're, not allowing other people to be part of that or to guide their own journey in that movement. So, yes, in a way it feels kind of like dystopian, and yet, like, the way he's articulating it's what I want to believe, and it's what you want to believe, and it's what we all want to believe. It's like he still feels like he's actually keeping that flame alive, but, maybe he's been left behind by those he thought he was journeying with. So, again, maybe I'm not reading that right, but I did hear a lot of the lines, and I think it's like a very profound tune as it hit me in the moment. It's like we thought we were working against these old beliefs, this built up, like, aggregations of money that are, influencing things. We were trying to fight for a better world, and then suddenly it's like, you've turned around to become cold, and you've sort of fallen into the very types of things that I thought we were working against. Sonically, again, it's got a bit of that psychedelic atmosphere, especially those parts where his voice gets very, very big and echoic, and throughout the sound sphere of the tune. As I said, there's a bit of a bluesy sound, but it also has that like psychedelic rock, classic rock type of sound, some great guitar work along the way. I love those drum fills as it moves from one section to another. Just a masterful tune, and one that I think is very smartly and emotionally written. So yeah, one of my favorites from him so far. Just an epic track. And again, like, I absolutely love Space Oddity. I think that's a great tune, and I have a new appreciation for it, having now reheard it in this context, and having a sense for the album he did before that, and getting a better sense for his place in like British music, but also internationally, more than I ever did when I first heard Space Oddity many years ago. But I feel like this tune is even on a higher level than that. So it's surprising to me that a tune like this, didn't, at least, wasn't played on the radio, or I didn't hear to the same degree that I heard one or two of his other tunes. So yes, I feel like this was a masterwork. I'm curious what other people have to say about it. Let me know. Thank you again to Judith for these Bowie albums. I'm looking forward to more, and I will see you next time. Peace.